Hi everyone. So, it's been a little while since I've been gone, and I just thought that I would come back and explain everything that happened before I left and after I left, which is, by left, I mean before the video, my last video that I made, and after that video. So, I did want to go into that because it's been a bit of time and I've had some time to think about a lot of the stuff that's happened. In fact, it's definitely made me realize some things, and it was obviously not a very good night at all. That was pretty much right after everything happened. So I guess we should just jump right into it. To start off, before I left, before I made that video, obviously I was very upset and very stressed about what was going on, so I think it's valid to explain exactly what happened because I was not in a place where I could really explain, but I am in a somewhat better, I guess, place so that I can explain basically what happened. So there were multiple people involved. Nexfan, of course, was one of them. And there was also Rain, Noah. He goes by Hedgehogs with Guns, but I'm just gonna call him Sonic Strike, just Strike in this video. And then there was Jay Silver, he was also involved, and Liquid Fusion. So there was Nexfan, Rain, Noah, Strike, Silver, and Liquid Fusion, about 6 main people involved. And basically it started off, for some reason, Strike would kind of come back on and off, and he decided to come into my server. And he randomly started up this anti-predator organization directed at me, and this was the server that was made specifically directed at me, and it was to bully me, basically. And when I confronted him about it, he said, oh, it's not just for you, it's for so-called predators, like, they see me as one, even though that I'm clearly not, and they should know that by now, because if this is some kind of joke, then it's really not funny at all, and if they genuinely see me as that, then they're seriously deranged. They are very deranged, because I'm clearly not. And I've been doing my channel and videos for like 2.5 years, and it should be pretty clear that I'm not. But anyways, Strike decided to start up this server directed at me, and in the server were all these people, and Rain had sent me a screenshot that showed that Nuxfan was in the server. But I did not join the server to come at Nuxfan. Yes, I did end up joining the server because that's not okay. It's not okay to make a server to harass and bully me. So I joined the server in sort of a protest. Silver claimed he was sort of on my side, but I, of course, did not trust him. But anyway, I joined the server, and I got banned multiple times, but I was still in the server. And basically what happened was I first, for some reason, started to send these pictures of Nuxfan for, I don't know why I was doing it. For some reason I just got nervous, I suppose, and I just came out with this. And Strike was not online at this time, actually. It was just everybody else mainly, but it was just mainly me, Nuxfan, and Noah talking, and that's not a good combination if you know what the past has been like between that's not a good combo. So yeah. So what happened was when I joined, Noah brings up this document that I made to Nuxfan, which I made this document in this Google Doc, and I did it for Nuxfan because I wanted to find a way to talk to him without him coming at me and offending me and saying offensive things, so I could say the things that I wanted to say to him and I had the edits off, so it was read only, and he did see it, but he requested to edit it, and I allowed the request. But the thing is, when I sent the request, he blocks me on Gmail, which is just ridiculous, because he's blocking me for something that he wanted, which I do not understand, because he sent me a message that he needed edit access, so I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens, because I still had the original copy, so even if he messed it up, it wouldn't matter. So I did allow it, but then he does that, so that's ridiculous. And he showed Noah the document. The document said for Gabriel, not for Noah, first of all, and I wouldn't have minded so much if he was showing Noah in a so-called nice manner, but he doesn't know how to be nice, and he wasn't showing Noah in a nice manner, so yeah, he showed Noah to make fun of it, and the two of them were making fun of this Google document, and it didn't have I was just expressing how I felt, the mixed feelings I'd have and everything, but yeah. And I sent the document in the chat, and then I said pick a date from April 27th to June 16th, because those were the dates I wrote the document to. I stopped doing the document because it was pointless. And NuxFan thinks that well, Liquefusion for some reason thought that I was picking some death date for myself, and I wasn't even thinking about that. There were dates in the document, but NuxFan apparently wants me to kill myself on July 1st. And I was not feeling that great at this point at all. And Noah says that he hopes I do. And it was a very bad chat, and Rain was not involved in this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was watching it. And Noah says that apparently he thinks it's funny to make me cry, because he thought that this video, right, that I made when X-Men for Cryo anniversary and all that crazy stuff happened, he thought that that was funny. That's not funny at all. Making somebody cry is not funny. Somebody crying is not funny. I don't know why NuxFan had to leave me on that call, though I made this video. It was called NuxFan Makes Me Cry on Call and such. And you don't leave somebody on a call. If somebody hangs up and they're clearly upset and you have an opportunity to text them, you should do that. You don't just leave them in that state. That's very just unacceptable. That's extremely off the line. You don't do that to somebody. It's just not on. But I was posting these videos to try and make a point, and I was sending some videos, and Noah was being extremely offensive towards me, and he's saying, oh, just let it go, nobody likes it, nobody cares, just leave us alone, and all of this. And leave us alone, I don't get it, and you're harassing, I can say whatever I want. Then NuxFan's claiming I'm harassing him when I'm not. And you know what the funny thing is that NuxFan says I have support, and he's always trying to, he's always claiming that, like, oh, that he has support and he has this and he has that. Yeah, well, the thing is, he always has to come in my server, and he always has to bring Noah or bring somebody else, or whenever he's bullying me, he always has to bring somebody else with him to do it. He's always seems to shy away or block me or just do that because he can't do it by himself, because he's very much a coward. And the fact that I can come in here by myself and do all this by myself kind of shows that he's very weak in that area, and he needs his so-called support, which is honestly pretty weak as well. So yeah, and I said to Noah, I was pretty annoyed because Noah was insulting. He was like, oh, just let it go, it's in the past and such. And I said to Noah, I'll start talking about your mom next if you don't shut up. Well, the thing is, the point that I was trying to make it here is that Noah was making fun of that me and about me and NuxFan, about, and whatever we had is dead. And I was trying to make a parallel since Noah's mom passed away. So when this first happened, I was actually very sympathetic towards Noah, and I said that I'm really sorry this happened. I feel really bad for you, because I really did feel bad for Noah and what he was going through, and I wanted to support him. And I reached out and I messaged him to support him because he seemed really down, and I wanted to support him. So I did that, and then Noah says, oh, I appreciate the message, but with you and NuxFan, which I found ridiculous. And such, but I did try to ignore it, and I was just trying to focus because, obviously, Noah's going through a hard time, and I was like, okay, let's just leave it at that. I don't want to escalate things. He's in a hard place. I don't want to start anything now. Then what happens is, it was about maybe 2 weeks later or something, Noah comes into my server and just totally raids the thing. It was ridiculous. This was back in September, and it was just horrendous. And he said, oh, we can't talk again and all this, and Noah was talking about this, and I felt pretty bad about the message that he sent, but and then Noah just comes and raids my server, Melonlock. It was absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, so that basically happened. I was trying to make that parallel that Noah shouldn't be making fun of I don't really want to put this word out there because it technically wasn't, but whatever me and NuxFan had, I would say the relationship, but we weren't official, so the whatever we had, I don't even know what to call it. And then Noah shouldn't be making fun of that. That was what I was trying to say. But you know what, Noah, I will say something about your mom, and that is that I'm pretty sure that no mom would want a bully as a child. So I'm pretty sure that if your mom was still here, I should hope that she would be very disappointed in you and your behavior towards me, because you've also been quite racist towards me. You made fun of me, and you asked me, oh, are you black? And you claimed that you've never made fun of anybody besides me. Yeah, I doubt that, because you've even claimed that you like to bully kids on Roblox for fun, and that you like to bully people and such. You've claimed that yourself. You've even admitted that yourself. So don't even try to tell me that. And you've said many things. And Nux fan says that, in the insults at Nux fan, not Noah, but Noah has been following along with Nux fan and saying and doing all these similar things. So Noah is just as much as fault as Nux fan. And I said that they won't stop calling me names. And Noah's like, oh, there's a thing called banning us and forgetting us and all this. And I just had enough of this whole thing, and I just wanted to talk to Nux fan in private chat. It was pretty bad. Nux fan, unsurprisingly, was acting like a bully towards me in private chat. He was bullied. She's like, oh, what do you want from me? And I just needed a moment, because I was overwhelmed, because now we had that connection again, and that we had the opportunity to privately connect. Now I just wanted time to de-escalate myself so I could talk to him without screaming at him or saying something that I could possibly regret. I wanted to make sure that things went okay, and I just needed some time to just calm down just for a moment. And then I was going to get back to him, and then he's like, no, you need to do this right here, right now. And he thinks that I was trying to start a fight, when I wasn't. I was doing the opposite. I was trying to take some time for myself so I wouldn't come on here and start a fight. So then that's why I said some things take time. And then I said to him that I wanted to just talk to him, and I asked, because I was clearly in a very bad place, and I said, us both, this whole thing I basically just told him that this whole thing is just totally out of control. And I said, I basically said, if I go before you, that will you still remember me? And he didn't know what I was talking about. I don't know whether he genuinely doesn't know what I'm talking about or what, but I tried to reword it. I wasn't going to say, oh, what's wrong with you? You're stupid, because I was trying to keep things as calm as possible. And I said that, is he going to remember me if I'm not here? And he says that, oh, I don't want you to hurt yourself. Yet he just told me that he wanted me to kill myself. It doesn't make any sense. And then he says, I don't like how you harass me, Noah, and Touch Life for some reason. Well, I'm not harassing anybody. For some reason, I keep getting accused of that I'm harassing them when I'm literally not harassing anyone. I mentioned that I hadn't talked to Touch Life since March of 2024. He said, what did he do to you? Well, Touch Life, he was involved in the Nux fan situation. He used to bully me, but then the thing is, when Nux fan started being nice to me, Touch Life started being nice to me too, which makes me think that Touch Life just for some reason goes along with whatever the main sort of group. There was quite a bit of stuff that happened. There was this incident, and things got really bad, and Touch Life was basically like, oh, I don't care if she hurts herself, and because Nux fan was saying that, so I don't know whether Touch Life was just saying this as well. We did this call, he gifted me this thing on Steam, and he was like, oh, then he later said, oh, well, I regret doing that, because I've later found something cooler to do with the money that I had. You don't say that to somebody. You don't gift somebody something, and then all of a sudden say, oh, I regret gifting you it, because there's other more important things like that. That's just something you don't do. And another thing that Touch Life said to me, he said, oh, basically, I can't be friends with you, or I can't let Nux fan know that I'm talking to you, because he'll hate me. That's so cowardly. That's ridiculous. And that just shows how, that's absolutely ridiculous. And also, one of the last interactions I had with Touch Life was, he was in this call. I got added to this group for some reason, and there were, Touch Life and there were 4 people in total. Touch Life was one of them, and there was Corbin, which was Touch Life's friend, and they were talking trash about me, and when I joined the call, Touch Life instantly goes on mute and lets these other people harass me. So I feel like he was secretly against me. That's just a very basic. There's more in depth, but this isn't going to be a whole video about that. I'm just going over exactly what happened. And Nux fan says, I'm going to attempt to block you if you ever get back in contact with me. I'm going to ignore you. You're mentally unstable. And then he was criticizing the way I act, the way I look, and that he says, goodbye, I'm not going to fuck with you any longer since I want to move on from your bullshit. And he's making the situation worse by saying this. Nux fan just does not take responsibility for what he's done. He doesn't see anything that he's done is wrong. He's extremely insensitive. He's extremely narcissistic. I did make a video speaking about this because he is very That's as simple to say. He's very narcissistic. He only cares about himself. He doesn't care about the feelings and emotions of others. Next fan is definitely quite to a high degree of narcissistic and very offensive. He posts offensive things. Him and Noah criticize about me posting suggestive Sonic stuff when they post extremely graphic stuff to me. And Noah's like, oh, she posted this Sonic stuff to me, and oh, she posted this to me, she posted that. Well, yeah, well, Noah has posted some pretty graphic stuff to me along with Nux fans, so they're not, they should not be, they cannot be talking about that, and it's pretty offensive stuff. But people seem to be very sensitive. It probably could be the barrier between online reality, because Nux fan tries to make the excuse, oh, it's online, it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, I think it does matter. Nux fan feels very insecure in real life, so he goes online and he decides to mock and bully, and he feels that Nux fan saw his friends as immature and everything, and that he didn't really feel like he had any friends or anybody understood him really. So I think that the problem is here, Nux fan, is that you've purposely dumbed yourself down because you feel like you can't get any friends, so you decided to dumb yourself down to these people, because that's the only so-called friends that you can get. But are they really your friends? Ask yourself that, when you could have had somebody who actually genuinely cared and loved you for who you were, because you're obviously not that person anymore, because you've chosen to become this disgusting person, because you've chosen to dip yourself down to people who are immature, who mock and bully people. I also want to bring up what happened with me and Rain. Rain was not involved in the chat in the server or anything, but Rain is extremely inconsistent, and he will be nice to me and then he'll all of a sudden be rude to me, and he acts as if there's nothing wrong with that, and there's very clearly a problem with that, and that's not okay. I don't know, I'm not sure why he does that. If he has a problem with me, I want him to speak to me directly, not go and speak lies and talk about me behind my back. Also, Strike was later complaining that I was apparently harassing the people in his server when he's the one that made the server to harass me, and he was also harassing me in my comments on YouTube about it, and he was harassing me, basically telling me that I should kill myself and everything nobody wants to hear, and I'm the one that gets accused of harassing, and this is the way he acts towards me. It's ridiculous. Also, regarding Silver, I blocked him because he decided to do this drawing of me and Nux fan, which this is a horrible drawing, by the way, and he decides to enhance my chest and my butt, basically, and he thinks, and I could not believe that in a time like this, that this was at the same time this server was going on. I said, I can't believe that in a time like this you would think about sexualizing me. Like, that's so inappropriate in a time like this. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, but did he really mean it? I don't think so. So yeah, that's basically what happened with everybody. Another thing that I definitely want to call out is that what happened with my last post is that I see that a lot of people think that I'm baiting, which is, I take extreme offense to that, because people think that I'm trying to pretend like I've offed myself or whatever to get Nux fan's attention. Nux fan doesn't care if I die, so why would I do that to get his attention? It makes absolutely no sense, or other people's attention. I was telling the truth that I really felt so horrible about everything, and I was trying to express that. I try not to speak that way because, you see, I made this little thing, and people often will say, oh, I want to kill myself, and they don't actually mean it, and they don't even feel that bad, and they do this for attention. They bait like this, and this shouldn't happen, because people, when they actually feel this way, get a notice, because people are just, it gets blended in with the people that are faking it, and this really shouldn't happen. You can clearly see, hear, I should say, that I was very upset in the last video I made, so obviously I'm telling the truth. I'm just going to play this little clip. I made this clip back in that video that Noah thought it was funny to mock about me, and I was very upset about what happened with me and Nux fan, and Noah thought it was very funny. So I'm just going to play part of a little clip, and I discussed this some time back, and I'm going to discuss it again by playing this clip, which I think is very relevant now. As you can see right here, I found this screenshot that I have. Basically, Frisk has this past where she would like bait and such, and she would pretend that she would like act like, oh, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to end my life, I'm going to kill myself and such, and she would keep so constantly saying that, and he would say this was his reaction towards her. And whenever I felt I was in obviously a really bad place, he did not act like this. This was his reaction to me. And I think the really sad thing here is that people use this sort of thing. People say things like this simply for attention. They don't actually feel like it. They don't actually mean it. And this sort of thing really needs to stop, because people cannot tell who actually means it and who actually feels it from those who just say these sort of things. And, you know, this is another thing that is just a general thing that is just really messed up and upsetting. So, the fact that he would say this to her, and she doesn't mean it, and react the way he does to me, react like this towards me, that's just, I don't know what to say. And I really obviously love and care about him. And he just never saw it. It was like reverse of what it should be. He should be saying the things that he was saying to me, to her. You would think, at least. But no. Because obviously, he cared about her more. He cared about her more. And he cares about her more. So, as you can see, I obviously mean nothing to him. And in my server, I'm just going to show you guys something real quick in my server. I was obviously really upset when I saw in his bio. And, as you can see, my reaction to him for getting our anniversary. And I try and be careful of what I say, in the sense that I don't want to keep constantly saying, like, oh, I'm going to end it, because that, you know, that becomes like a baiting thing. But it's so hard when you're feeling like you're in such a rut to, sometimes, you know, it just comes out, and sometimes that's how you really feel. So this was a pretty rough night with me, and yeah, I couldn't believe that it happened on our anniversary. So basically, yeah, that's the end of that. And Noah says that I make too many videos about Nuxfan. Well, now that I think about it, Noah, I just realized I haven't even made one single video about you yet. Thanks for the idea. I'll definitely keep it in mind. So, anyway, yeah, and your mom, I should really hope that she would be disappointed in you. I don't know your mom, or anything like that. I obviously don't know her, but any decent mom would be ashamed in their child for engaging in bullyish actions and some of the things that you've said and done. And I've been trying to keep my conversations minimal, because I don't want to engage with anybody who is going to make fun of me and bully me. You have no sense of self. You have to degrade yourself, because that's the only way you can get so-called friends. Are they really your friends? I mean, think about that. So, yeah. I mean, I would obviously rather have no friends than lose myself and degrade myself to be an immature bully. So, what happened after I left? After I left, I didn't really talk to anybody for some time. Like I mentioned, I only really spoke to a few people, but to start off with, the first few days after everything went down, I didn't want to speak to anybody whatsoever. But after maybe 3 to 4 days or so, I did start talking to a few people, like Happy and Hosea and a few other randoms not involved with the situation. So that went on for maybe, I'm not sure how long that went on. And yeah, so I also didn't really go in Trading Hub, but I did sort of towards as time went on a bit more, I went to the Trading Hub some as well. That happened, and I have not spoken to Nuxfan since, unsurprisingly, but I have if you want to call spoken to. I haven't actually really had a conversation with anybody since all of this went down, but I took a break from Discord, obviously, but I came back because I wanted to monitor my server and everything, just to, I guess, keep up to date with everything, if that makes sense. I came into my server, there was a lot of horrible, nasty talk about me, and yeah, and I had quite a bit to say about all of this, and nobody responded. Maybe that's for the best, but this is basically what they said. And as you can see, I made some responses. I came on, I saw everything, I made some responses, and yeah, I don't really have anything to say because it's already kind of in the messages right here. So yeah, also, Rain messages me after he is trash talking me, and he's literally just like, what's up? He adds me on this new account of his, I suppose, or this other account that he has, and he just says, what's up? I mean, you come at me like that after you just so casually like that, after you just been trash talking me. Wow, real nice. And yeah, no, just no. Regarding everything else, basically, now I can't open Roblox for some reason. This dumb computer, it won't update for some reason. I restarted about 6 times in a day, and then 6 times the following day. So I went on at my mom for about 2 days about this, and yeah, I'm still going on at her about this. I don't exactly know what's going on, but I am just letting her know that she really needs to fix it. And yeah, basically, yeah, I told her my stuff isn't opening, my stuff isn't working properly, and I've been trying to fix it myself. I've told her, you need to fix it, you need to just help me with this, but she's doing nothing about it. I'm starting to think, guys, seriously, I think I just might start a Ko-Fi or something like that, because yeah, but anyway, that happened, and my Fast Pass, I wasn't able to buy premium on my last Fast Pass, which is really, really, really annoying. Roblox wasn't opening properly, so I'm having to use this now.gg thing. And it doesn't run too badly, but it's just blurry when I go too fast. And it doesn't lag quite as much, but it's just blurry, which is really annoying. So yeah, that's basically what happened there. I'm also trying to get my mom to help me get some new drives to back up and store my stuff in. Currently trying to work on fixing one of them, but I have to transfer some stuff into a new one, but I don't have a new one right now. Now, you guys are probably wondering, am I coming back? I suppose I'm coming back for some time. I don't know how long, like I said. I have been making videos, but I just haven't been posting them because I've kind of wanted to detach myself from everything and everyone for some time, but I think I'm ready to start posting what I've been making, so I'll be releasing those over the past few weeks, months, whatever you want to call it. Usually, there are like YouTubers and such who will go off for some time and take a break because they need a break. I obviously need a break, and then they'll come back because they've taken time to, I guess, get better from things. I wish I could say that was my case, but it's not. Although I've taken a break, I think enough for now. It's not like if I come back, whether I come back or whether I stay gone, it's not going to change. So I might as well just put out some content because I still, to some degree, enjoy making content with what I can do for right now. As for you, Nux fan, I would say my final words, although I think we already said our so-called final words, or you did, at least. So what I have to say to you, basically, is to sum everything up, I hate you, and I hope that you live the rest of your life absolutely miserable. You don't deserve to feel any positive emotions. You deserve to suffer and live in pain and misery for the rest of your entire worthless, pathetic life. You are pathetic, and the way that you have treated me over the months is disgusting, and I hope that you realize that, because it's just absolutely wrong. After what I've tried to do with you, after what how I've tried to make things right with you, and how you've treated me, and what I've done for you, and you claim I've done nothing for you, the way you've treated me, brushing me off like I'm some mosquito or something, is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that somebody like you actually exists in this world. I really cannot. And that you would constantly purposely stir up trouble to like the only person who loves and cares for you truly. This is what you do? And you probably won't even watch this because you just want to move on from everything. Isn't that right? But if you ever do get to watch this, I hope that you feel terrible. I hope that you feel miserable because you should feel miserable. And if you don't feel miserable, that makes you an even worse person. Because I know that you're a terrible person and you even think that you're a terrible person. And then you say that everything that you do is fine. And I think that you're only saying that you're a terrible person to try and make yourself seem like you feel bad. But in fact, you don't. Because I can tell from your actions that you don't. Yeah, those are sort of my thoughts and my feelings about everything that's happened. So, yeah, I hope to fully make a return, and I will be putting out videos throughout the next few days to weeks. So I do hope that I can give some content that everybody can enjoy. And also, by the way, my wiki got deleted. I have no idea why, but I have booted it up. I've made a new one. It's going to be better than ever, guaranteed. Also, I really want to know the history. What is this nickname that NuxFan has? I don't really know what that is, but for the record, only I can call him nicknames. Anyway, I hope that you guys understand, and hopefully things can be a little bit smoother from now on, even just a little bit. Also, during the time I was editing this video, I just wanted to mention that Silver did come and he did apologize to me, so I do appreciate that. And I did, to some degree, forgive him, although I'm obviously still on edge because of what happened. But, yeah, that did happen, so I'm happy that he did that. I feel bad about everything that's happened with everybody. So thanks for watching if you watched the end. And, yeah, I'll just see what the next video brings. I'm just taking this day by day. So, yeah. See you guys next video.